Hi, I'm Concetta Francisco, and I'm here with Honey and Michael, and we are a few minutes away from starting Channeling with the Masters.
Yeah.
So grateful to have them here on Smithtown, Long Island, sharing this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy and high vibrational situation with us. They're allowing me to ask them a couple of questions before we start.
Yeah.
So, Honey, Michael, this is everyone.
Hello, everyone. So excited. So excited.
Me too. So, what does it feel like to be out of your body and watching all of this happen? Are you aware of what's going on when you're out?
So when this channeling takes place, I am the consciousness and personality that's me, known as Honey, is totally on the side. I'm kind of like about the size of an orb and about 2 feet or so to my right hand side, and I'm only watching. I don't have any consciousness of the mental body is not present because it's stuck on the side, and I'm unaware of my physical vessel, what's happening. I can only, and through a visual sense, see what's happening, but I don't know on a hearing-wise or mental plane what took place.
No recollection.
No, until I come back, but I'm aware of things took place. There's just a lot of visual expression with the beings or being or a collective that's speaking through me. So when I come back, then I get to hear what took place.
Right, and see the recording.
Exactly.
Really see what went on.
Right, exactly.
And Michael, how does it feel to assist Honey in coming back and getting everything together?
Well, for me, it feels very natural. I feel as a caretaker and just one that really loves Honey very deeply when she comes back, because of so many channels that she's taken throughout this past year, all I want to do is just make sure that she feels as comfortable as possible. So for me, it feels like fairly normal. It feels like that in my heart, because I love her so much that it's doing whatever it takes to bring her back without any type of anxiousness or stress, because deep in my heart, I do feel like there's a higher being and there's a higher assistance from above. And though at times it may seem like as she comes back, if she's sweating or if there's moments where her body's jerking, I just sit in my heart and trust that as she's coming back, I'm going to do whatever it takes just to gently bring her in. Because for me, I don't want to go into a stress of like, what's going on? Because within...
And be fearful.
And be fearful, because that only shows to me that I'm not trusting the channel that's coming forward. So even in the beginning when things were happening, for some reason deep in my heart, I still felt this like, okay, she's coming back. Things are going to move slowly.
And
it'll be okay.
And he's had a lot of experiences with so many different ones talking to him, and then learning also. Sometimes it takes me a long time to come back, and sometimes it's faster. So we're learning ourselves as we go along. There isn't really a set thing yet.
And when you have such a deep, deep love, it just seems normal and fitting. It's like, okay, whatever it takes to bring her back in the trust that it's coming back full.
Right. Honey, did you ever feel afraid or fearful when you first started? Like,
No, never.
Just stepped right in.
No, because it was just like, it was something I already knew. I always knew, and the presence always felt familiar to me. So it wasn't anything too out there or anything like that. The only thing was the force of when the presence, because I'm also visual, so I get to see who's coming in.
Okay.
So that's always very interesting. There's this gigantic presence trying to come through this little expression, and never fearful, but it's just more the wonder of how.
Right.
How that presence and just adjusting to it.
A little overwhelming, maybe?
I feel the overwhelming is, I'm very aware my physical face, body takes different forms, and that's a little uncomfortable still for myself, and I see my vessel in this just short period is in the transmission. There's a different being or collective or presence that's borrowed my vessel.
Right.
So that part is a little bit, because there's a slight little human attachment to this vessel. So it's just a little strange is the best I can say. And got more and more used to it, but never afraid. Never ever afraid.
And your awareness came very young, right?
Yeah, so it started really young when I was 7. So I had my first experience when I was 7. And then after a while, it took a whole journey until full allowing, you know.
Right,
So
preparing your vessel.
preparing, exactly, because it does take a lot of preparation
Sure,
for sure.
sure.
Which we'll go over tonight. There's a
Right.
big education part of this before the channel, because to make sure everybody else is also safe. So it's not just one part of me. For me, first, I'm an educator.
Right.
So to help bring the education first, and then allow the space to open up for the transmission to be experienced, you know, which is very healing on the body in general.
Right.
Yeah.
And also what you put in your vessel too, right? You're very cautious of
Yes.
what you put in or on.
Right.
on
And
the
the
body.
preparation, like, you know, today, you know, just a lot of rest inward, you know, quietness, and just getting myself good sleep, you know, like getting, just so that I'm very well prepared, ready, because to be able to handle it that way, I don't hurt my physical vessel at all. Yeah, at all. That's very important. Greater responsibility, for sure. When we're working, it's always from a place of love, and we're working with this higher dimensional being. So I'm doing my part in showing up in that gratitude and reverence, because I know they're open that space up so they can bring it. So
Right.
I'm in my greatest presence to be able to be the proper conduit of the message.
Right.
Right.
And be of total service.
Exactly.
Michael, do you feel that since having all these experiences with honey, that you feel the presence in your vessel as well?
Yeah, I feel that what's been the most extraordinary is just the vibration. When the frequency comes through, there becomes this just immense vibration within the room, within the ambience. And so being next to honey during it one-on-one or in our group setting, it becomes this just feeling. It's kind of hard to describe in words. I would just say a higher frequency. And in that frequency, it just brings this just deep level of gratitude and love, because I just feel so appreciative that I can be the conscious vessel that allows myself not only to support honey, but to support the collective of what's coming through.
Yeah,
So with each time, it's definitely a learning experience. I mean, there's
Absolutely.
times where we're in the middle of the night and she goes off and it's just me and the vessel, and like, place your hands here. Okay, now breathe. And now, and like, don't use your mind. We see that you're using your mind. So there's times where I can catch myself in the beginning where that vibration does seem a little intense, because it's 3 a.m, I'm waking up, and all of a sudden it's like, bing, here we go.
Yeah,
But the more that it
right.
comes through, I feel like there is this sensation where, as it comes through, that vibration is, I mean, it's almost
Adjusting to your
exhilarating.
system,
Yeah,
too.
it adjusts to my system, and it feels like this exhilarating, exciting, but just deep gratitude that
Wow.
that I can be here. And the words are just, like I said, are hard to describe, because you're just a witness of it all.
Right.
That helps it. So
Perfect
thank you.
description. A
Yeah.
witness.
Yeah.
A witness.
So we're looking
Amazing.
forward
Looking
to it.
forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Concetta. Thank you for making this happen.
Much
And bringing
blessings.
this to our community of light.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So much gratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you.